All right. So first of all, thank you guys for taking the time out of your night to hop on. I see Jillian, you are on the phone, so thanks for dialing in, even though I think that you're still at work. So thanks for your.
Today.
What was that?
I left work early and I'm in the car driving now.
Oh, good. I mean, not great that you left early, but thanks for calling.
Yep.
All right. So before we get started, so Melanie Mitro is not actually on the call. Gretchen told me that she thought that she may be on, which unfortunately the number one coach will not be joining us tonight. But I just got back from the New Leader Conference, which is for 2-star diamonds and above. And this event is special because you can only go to it once. And you can only go to it the first year that you qualify. So any of you guys, if your goal is to get to 2-star diamond this year, you can also go. And the event is basically, it's called the New Leader Conference, and it's exactly for that type of person, for new leaders. And it's really inspiring being there because everyone there is so positive, has such big goals for themselves. We're all trying to be coaches this year. Hold on, sorry, I'm going to mute everyone else. Okay, you're all muted. So if you guys have questions, unmute yourself. But the New Leader Conference is great because we got lots of tips and trainings, and we heard the top coaches speak. And specifically tonight, I'm going to cover with you one of the topics that Melanie Mitro presented on. And she presented on 2. Bonnie Engel presented, Michelle Myers presented. And I was trying to think of how I could cram all of this knowledge that I got into your brains in 20 minutes or less. And it's just not, the information was too good to me to shove in your face in a short to medium length video. So what I'll be doing is using our weekly team calls. Team Supercharged used to have bi-weekly calls, so I'm going to bump them up to weekly. And I'll be using that as the outlet to share everything that I learned with you guys. So before I go into Melanie's topic of recruiting active coaches and planning your month strategically, I did want to let you guys know that I'll be setting business hours. One of Melanie's topics was time management, and she talks about how important it is to set business hours for yourself. And one thing that she mentioned is you train your coaches on how to treat you. And when I first joined, Raina responded to my messages whenever I sent them. And so I've kind of built the team culture where I'll respond to you as soon as I can, usually right away. And now that I'm full-time, when I see a message come through, I respond to it. And it can be draining at times, and I'm not paying enough attention to my boyfriend at times, so I will be setting business hours. So if you don't hear back from me right away, it's probably one of my off hours. But I will get back to you, and I'll be setting up those hours tomorrow probably, and I'll share with you guys what those are. And I urge you guys to also set business hours for yourself, because we don't want to spread ourselves so thin that we're only working with our team, or we're only working with potential clients, and we're just stressed because we're talking to so many people. So set business hours for yourself if you haven't already, and that will help you not only have more time with your family and friends and for yourself, but it'll also help you be much more effective and efficient in the time that you are working your business. So again, I'll share you my final business hours tomorrow. And one of the presentations, which I'm just going to share the slides with you because I didn't want to spend too much time on it, was about compliance. And the 2 big takeaways, 3 that I took away. One is we cannot do bonus buying. And I don't think that anyone on our team does this. But bonus buying is when you buy things from your coaches to make them active or to help them hit a certain goal. It can be really tempting when you see one of your coaches about to go inactive and you are 1 week away from diamond or emerald, and you want to make that coach active so that you maintain rank. You cannot do that. You cannot buy something as that coach or for that coach, or your card cannot be linked to that coach. So don't even be tempted to do that. You can actually be suspended completely immediately if you guys get caught doing that. So your credit card can actually just be on your account and I believe 2 others, up to 3 accounts. So it's you plus 2. And typically that is you plus your spouse and a family member. I got a notification once of one of my coaches who had purchased something. I think it was for her boyfriend, but had a different last name. And they were like, hey, we noticed that your coach is doing this. Are they related? Basically, to confirm that it wasn't bonus buying. So they're really cracking down on that. So just be cautious of that, and tell your downline this too, just so that we're all aware and following that. Also, cash incentives. I know I've done cash incentives before. I've seen you guys do some posts like sign up by tonight and you'll get a $10 rebate. Anything that's directly with cash, we cannot be promoting. Again, if corporate sees that, they can actually terminate you. But what we can do is give away a tangible thing. So if you want to give away a $10 rebate, instead do a $10 gift card to Lululemon or gift card to Amazon. You can give away small things like that, but we cannot give away cash. So just keep that in mind. That also is true for team prizes. So if you used to give away cash, like a cash pot for people who hit Success Club or like anything like that, just make sure it's a gift card, or you change it to like a free pair of Nikes you'll go give away, something tangible. And lastly is income posts. Actually, two things about income posts. One is that we can't guarantee how much anyone will make, and that's kind of obvious. But when we do posts like, I made this much money 1 year ago and this much today, or even a 3-month progression period of income, that portrays that it can be easily obtained by other people if they join you. So you can do those posts, but whenever you're talking about income, you have to use a disclaimer, and I'll share with you the exact thing, but anything along the lines of you have to work hard for this, like this is not guaranteed, something that portrays you're not going to sign up and start earning $500 a week, basically. Any questions on that? I feel like it's pretty like common sense, but when I heard it, I was like, I need to share that because I've totally done all of those things. And the last thing about income posts, or not really income posts, but recruiting, I'll post Michelle Meyer's topic. I'll do a team call on that specifically. But one thing that she said that totally like hit me like a ton of bricks was she said, let's see, where is it? Bait people with purpose, not a paycheck. She was using a fishing analogy, which is why she said bait, but bait people with purpose, not a paycheck. I always used to post about my income because for me, that's what inspired me to join. I wanted extra money to pay for my student loans. And so that's something that I've always prioritized. But it's so true that when I'm talking about my income or I'm talking about the bonuses that I'm getting, that I'm attracting people who want that money. And if they don't get that money, they will not keep going. Like that, what you bait them with, they will need to continue. So when I'm baiting people who want money, if I can't help them get it and they're not putting in the work to earn it within the first month, 3 months, whatever, they'll stop. And that's not the type of coach I want on my team. I want to attract people that have purpose, that really want to help others, because when you lead with that, that is when you'll get people who are passionate and who will push through even when they don't make as much as they'd hope to. So she goes into a lot more about that. But for me, that was one thing that I was like, wow, okay, bait with purpose, not with a paycheck. So keep that in mind if you're anything like me, because it can be really easy to say how much you earn or like the weekly progression, income progression, things like that. Okay, are you guys ready for the main topic? I'm actually going to share my screen because we have, they gave us all of the slides. So what I'm going to be doing is sharing with you exactly what Melanie shared, and then I just have my notes of what I took when I was actually at the event. So I'll go through all of that, and then you guys can unmute yourselves and we can go through any questions and talk about any obstacles or anything that you're facing. All right. Can you guys see my screen? Yeah? Okay, perfect. So Melanie Mitro, if you don't know her, she is the #1 coach in the business. She has been the #1 coach for the past 2 years. And she's a 15-star diamond and I believe 3 business centers. So she is an amazing coach and her tips should not be taken lightly. This is exactly what she uses to develop a recruiting culture. And what that means is she recruits these people who are also recruiting like-minded people. The recruiting culture is not only what you practice, but with what you share with your team to also start practicing that, so that your systems are duplicative. So the objective is simply exactly what I just said, how to recruit people with purpose and strategy in order to attract the right people. So, and not necessarily to recruit with a warm body. So often, especially now, people are trying to attract discount coaches to get to their goals. Yeah, I'm just going to scroll up. You want to attract discount coaches because they're pretty easy to get. If they are in for a challenge pack, you can sign them up to get the discount. I 110% believe that discount coaching is awesome because they're saving money right away. But discount coaches will not get you to diamond. Will not get you, definitely not to 1-star, definitely not to 2-star. You need coaches who want to work the business, who have a purpose, who want to help others. And that is what this training is going to help you do. Okay, so the very first thing is how to identify your ideal coach. Basically, this is talking about an avatar. I actually hosted a team call maybe like 3 months ago where I featured Rachel Pipes Allen, and she has a whole spreadsheet, not even spreadsheet, like pamphlet, tons of different pages of how you can create your avatar, which is your ideal coach. And the way that you do that is by basically imagining you, right? Like you are an awesome coach. You are on this call because you want to learn more about how to push your business forward. You want that income. You want the flexibility in your schedule. You want to recruit people who are like you, who are hard workers and who want the same things as you. So you need to imagine that person. And the questions that you see over here on the left will kind of guide you through not only how to identify that person, but also how to attract them. So the first question is, who is your target audience or customer? And I'll just use an example to quickly walk through this with you guys. So say my target audience is women between 25 and 30. They are not yet mothers. They are maybe newlyweds. They have pets. So I'd start to kind of build that. 2, how will you be introduced to or approach these people? I may meet these people at social events if I go out to a bar, or if there's my social calendar, I think it's called, where people go out and actually do stuff together, or meet up events, or online. I'll join different groups for newlyweds or whatever. So different ways like that. Number 3, what are their biggest burdens and the problems that they face? So probably for my target market, a big burden would be cost. Maybe they don't want to invest in themselves at this time. But another big burden is that they go to the gym and they're not seeing results that they want. And they want to see results more than the cost will impact them, because that's exactly how I was. Number 4 is, how do you intend to affect these, and or how can you solve their problems? So I would solve them by relating to them, by getting them set up with a challenge pack and creating a atmosphere where they can reach those goals. And what makes your offer better than your competitors? This is not only other Beachbody coaches, but it's Isogenics, it's Herbalife, it's Weight Watchers, all of those things. So what makes you better? Well, all of us have online fitness groups. I will be able to better relate to my ideal customer than somebody else would be. So I would use that as well. So those are the 5 guiding principles to figure out your niche and how to attract them. My favorite page, though, is this next one, because figuring out your niche or your avatar is way more than just saying, who is it? You need to know the ins and outs of that person. You need to know what they Google, what colors they like to wear, if they like sparkly fonts or if they like black and blue fonts, anything crazy like that. And here's just the example of Melanie's. So hers is really small, but mom of 3 to 2 girls and a boy. So family life, what is their job? What does she want to do with her life? What is her body image? What does she think about her family's health? Everything like that. And the importance of this is that you want to create your avatar. And some coaches just go on Google and search for different people and use that photo of a stranger, like Melanie did. So she named her avatar Megan. She has her wearing this outfit looking that way because that is the exact image of who Melanie wants to attract. And the key here is that all of your posts are going to relate to your avatar. You want your potential coaches to feel like you are talking directly to them. And you are, because every single post you do is something that your avatar can relate to. I wouldn't want to talk about moms getting fit or post-baby workouts or anything like that because A, I don't have experience with it, and B, even if I do attract them, I wouldn't really know how to work with them like another mom coach would. So I don't want to attract that type of person. I only want to post with my avatar in mind. Okay, and I'll post the avatar meeting and the avatar pamphlet that I was talking about so that you guys can do that. And Melanie even suggests printing out your avatar and having that photo with you right by your computer or on your phone so that anytime you're doing a post, you're talking to that person. You're not just throwing out darts and hoping somebody will see it. You're talking directly to your client. Okay, so this is the kind of fun part for me. This is where we talk about creating a monthly marketing plan. We're specifically going to talk about coaching because this call is about recruiting active coaches and planning your month to recruit those coaches. So you can just get an example of Melanie's business hours up here if you're interested in seeing what she does. But the key is that she uses, this is just a Google Calendar. You can go to drive.google.com and actually create a calendar there. I believe that's where it is. And she plans it out like this. And I wish I had mine up because I created one similar to this, but you can do it on pen and paper as well, or a whiteboard is just as fine. So Melanie uses the first 2 weeks of the month to advertise her challenge group. So those first 2 weeks are all about her hitting Success Club, her inviting people, her doing the recruiting for challengers only, not coaches. So challengers who really want to see results. And then she starts her challenge groups the third Wednesday of the month. So this would be the 18th. And the benefit of doing this date for Melanie is that you can see the next 2 weeks is advertising coaching, and every coach that signs up the first of the month, she adds into this challenge group and she allows her coaches to invite into that group. So the very first group that her coaches participate in is hers, and they only have to focus on inviting. They don't have to worry about creating their own challenge group, creating their own event promotions, creating all of that. Melanie does that for them and has a place for them to add in their new coaches. So that's something I'm going to start doing. If you guys do have coaches that want to hit the ground running and host their own group, all the power to them. That's amazing. Go for it. But not everyone has that much gumption and ambition when they first join. So this is an amazing opportunity for you to help someone while they still need to kind of walk into the business and see more about what we do. Then we get into the second week of advertising the second section for advertising, and that's for the coaching opportunity. Basically, she talks about it every single day, and we'll get more into exactly what she does. So the first thing she does, which she starts actually the second week of the month before she starts actually recruiting, is she comes up with a marketing plan. And with this, she creates a theme. Some of the themes that she told us was busy women build businesses, turn your fitness into a business. Another one, if you are a mom, you can call it mompreneurs. And you come up with this theme that relates directly to you and to your avatar, and you create all of your marketing materials around that. So think about what it is that you do, the person you want to attract, what they would be inspired by, and create that theme. And Melanie is a blogger, as most of you may know, and she starts off by creating that blog post. Now, she's not posting it. This is all planning ahead of time. So she creates the blog post, and I'll just show you this down here. It says, "Hey there, my name is Melanie, and I'm honored to call myself a 2-time top Beachbody coach. I started my journey in 2011, ... So the tip here is to relate and connect with your avatar that will be reading your post before you say anything about joining your team. You want them to be engaged, to be drawn into what you're saying, and then at the end, listen for the call to action. So I'm hosting a coach training group, or I'm looking for 5 new coaches. Don't start with that, because people don't relate to that. They don't know what it is. They don't know how it's benefited you. So use your posts as a time to relate to your avatar. So again, before she does that blog post, she has it in like draft form. She also creates a YouTube trailer, and it's about 2 minutes long. So nothing crazy, just 2 minutes of what she's looking for. So she'll use some of those 2 minutes to relate to that person, and then to explain the opportunity and exactly what they will get. She also creates the images that will go along with the campaign, and she gives some examples a little bit later. She sets up a business opportunity call. So that is a call. Team Supercharged does the coach coffee talk, is what we've done recently. But there are business opportunity calls, which is where you and typically one other person host a call that just talks about the opportunity and shares your story. And it's a really great way to relate to others. So she sets up the day and the time that she's going to do that. And she tweaks it to the theme. So it's not always the same image she's using, and it's not always the same words that she's using. She tweaks it based on who she's trying to attract based on that theme. And then she sets the date for the sneak peek, which for her usually falls the 3rd week of the month, which is also the Team Supercharged sneak peek into coaching group. We do that the 3rd week of the month. So you guys can continue to invite in there, or you guys can host your own sneak peeks, whatever you guys want. So all of this is planning, right? She has not posted a single thing yet about coaching. Then the next step is it's time to go live. So this is the 3rd week of the month. She has everything prepared, and now she needs to get the word out there. So she uses her blog post as the information source. This means that she will do a post on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, and she will link to her blog. So that way people go to her blog to get all of the details, whereas the post might be a little bit shorter and not as daunting of information that you might get on a blog post. So short and sweet points to the longer blog post. She shares it on Facebook and on Instagram. Some of you guys are on Pinterest, on Twitter, any social media that you're on, share it there. She uses a coach application form. A lot of top coaches use Wufoo. I use the Google Drive forms. Google Drive is awesome for me because everything is linked there. But I use that. And then also on my blog, it has the ability to attach a form at the bottom of the page. So I've tried that. Basically, the good thing about having a form or a coach application is that you get to know a little bit about who is applying before you talk to them. So you can look at a coach application and, for example, mine says, what are your fitness goals? So that I can understand, are they a beginner? Are they super advanced? What is your nutrition like? So things I ask my clients, but also what motivates you? And I give them options: helping others, income, prizes, things like that. So I get to know a little bit about the type of coach that they might be. And then when I reach out to them, it's a little bit easier for me to tweak my wording based on what I know that they're interested in and what they're looking for in the opportunity. The next, and she says the number 4 is the most important. She talks about it daily for 1 to 2 weeks and points to the blog post. So she talks about it every single day, and she posts about it at a time where her avatar would be online. So if I want 25 to 27 or 30-year-olds, they're probably at a full-time job. They're probably not on Facebook during the day. I'm going to post between 7 and 9 p.m. Or if your target market is moms who already work from home, maybe like 11 a.m. is when moms typically put their kids down, and you're going to post at 11 a.m. to attract those people. So post at the right time. Don't post randomly, because then random people will see it, not the people that you want. And talk about it daily. Not every post needs to be join my team. I'm looking for 5 people. I have a training group coming up. And it doesn't have to be about that. Just talk about what coaching does for you, how coaching has benefited you, how you started coaching, what you love about coaching. Do some posts that point to a blog post, or if you don't have a blog post, point to the coach application form. So do some that are very targeted, like, come join me, I'm extending my hand to you. And then others, just talk about what coaching has done for you every single day. And then lastly, she creates a sense of urgency. So this is, especially towards the end of the month, she'll say, I have a training group starting on the 1st of the month, or I'm only looking for 5 people. Anything that creates that urgency, whether it be a number or a date or anything like that. Here are the examples that she uses. So you'll see that not all of them, like none of these, in fact, say join my team. All of them are pretty engaging. So this one, busy woman's tip: laundry doesn't make you money. Sorry. Leaders don't force people to follow, they invite them on a journey. So they're pretty engaging photos. You can see this one is just text, the lower right. The upper right does point to her blog. This one, she doesn't give the text, I'm not sure, but just have a variety based on your theme. Again, so you want to consistently post about the same theme in different ways. Okay. One quick thing before we go into that. And I'm not sure who mentioned this at the national or the New Leader Conference, but one thing that was brought up is that people are inspired by different things. So I am the type that is very inspired by joining a team and having a step-by-step guide for me to be successful. Other people don't need step-by-step guides. They want to know about the fun. They want to know about the trips. So based on what you're inspired by and what your avatar is inspired by, tweak your wording based on that. And I think we'll get to this a little bit later, but if I want to attract people who like to-do lists and who want my 6-step onboarding process, then I will mention that in my posts. But if I want to attract people who are fun and who just want to earn the trips for free, they don't care at all about that step-by-step process. Maybe they'll care a little bit, but you wouldn't focus on that because that's not something they would be like, yes, I want to join. What would make them want to join is the free trips. So that's where this avatar comes into play, is you need to know the ins and outs of your avatar so that your posts directly reflect that. And your avatar would be inspired by what you're posting. You're not posting all different types of things and trying to attract all different types of people. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Leading business opportunity calls. We did used to do these on our teams. We may bring them back. You guys are more than welcome to do it. And they're really important because they give you an extra level of credibility. So even if you signed up as a coach today, which I know some of you did, you can host a business opportunity call in a couple of days, share why you joined, share all of the perks that you're about to embark upon, all of that, and you will automatically be seen as a credible person in the coaching world, that you know what you're talking about. Leading these calls also helps people take the leap of faith to join your team. Sometimes they see you post, but they need to see your face or hear your voice in order to know that you're real and to know the opportunity is real and to hear your voice and like be inspired by your voice and that believe that you will actually take care of them and help them on their journey. Melanie runs them monthly. You can do them monthly. Some coaches used to do them weekly, so really whatever you want. But as long as you're doing them live or even pre-recorded or hosting your own coach coffee talk, anything like that, get yourself out there talking about the opportunity. And always record on YouTube. If you use Zoom, which I'm using tonight, you can just record it and then upload it to YouTube so that you can always share. Because when I first started my business opportunity calls, I think I had maybe 3 people that joined, including me, the other coach I was featuring, and one other potential person. And so not many people joined at all, but I had so many people that messaged me and they said, I completely forgot, or I was really busy, something got in the way. And so I just pointed them to the YouTube and it got so many more views and people were able to watch it. So even if it's just you or just you and the coach that you're featuring, still do it. Melanie says the first 3 that she did, it was just her and the other coach. And she still recorded it and she just treated it as practice. So practice makes perfect. The more you do it, the less scary it will be. Okay. So this is teaching confidence. Hang on actually one second because my dog is chewing something. He's chewing his food cup. All right, so teaching confidence. But you want to put yourself in a position where others view you as a leader. This is not only your potential coaches, but also if you have any coaches in your downline, you want to be viewed as a leader and you want to be the first one to lead them to start recruiting on their own and to attracting those types of people. So another tip is post eye-catching images at high traffic times. We kind of talked about this already, but make sure that your image is something your avatar would be like, wow, I love hot pink. I love the gold glitter. You know, like that's typically what I use in my post because I want to attract that type of person that also loves glitter. Post at those times that they're going to be on. If you see a post from another coach that you really like or that you notice got a lot of engagement, save it. You could even reuse it if it's obviously not a picture of Melanie, or you can add your picture over that or something. Save it and use it as inspiration for yourself. Save it and share it with your coaches. If you see one of your coaches sharing a really awesome picture for recruiting or whatever, share that with your team. Give them a boost of confidence so that they feel like they're doing something right. So share and when I say share, I never mean click the share button, okay? I mean copy the photo and paste it in a group or as your own or something. Don't share because sharing gets less visibility. And when you share something, your followers will go to that page. So if I shared this post of Melanie's, people go to Melanie's page, go to her team business opportunity call and join her team. You do not want that. You want people to go to you. So shift the wording in your posts. This is not only for the type of coach you want to attract, like I just mentioned, but also for your theme. Like if you want to talk about a mompreneur, you probably want to talk more about your kids and busy schedules and fitting it in and working on your fitness. You wouldn't necessarily want to talk about the flexibility of being able to travel whenever you want because they might not want to travel without their kids. You know, so remember your theme during the month, and the theme can change every month. So keep in mind your theme, keep in mind your avatar, shift the wording. You can also use words that demand leadership almost. And I think she gave away a few words, but like use big words like not even big, but like apply, right? So that word alone means, oh, she's being a little bit selective. I can't just join. I need to apply. I should do that. So be strategic with how you're explaining this opportunity. Post several times a day. So one of them is always a coaching post. The first half of the month, one of them is always a challenge group post, but also post about your healthy meals, your life, all of that. Post 3 to 5 times a day. Review your coach's posts. So this is more about the leadership. So your coaches want to know when they're doing a good job, and it's your job to also let your coaches know when they're not doing so great. So for example, if a new coach ever posts a link to their Beachbody coach page, you better believe I'll message them within 30 seconds of seeing that post. Or if I see somebody post the actual price of like the February sales that are coming up, I once saw somebody post that, messaged immediately. You can't do that because people will see the price and run away before you even have the opportunity to explain the value. So review your coach posts. Let them know what they're doing really well. Share that with your team. Let them know what they could improve upon, and be there to guide them. You're in this business for yourself to succeed, but to succeed and to move forward, you need to help your coaches. So always keep them in the loop. If they're not on this call, share the call with them, share advice with them, and go from there. Share common business practices. This is relating to anything, not even posts, but relating to posts, what posts of yours do really well. Share that with your team and challenge them to duplicate it, but on their own. What wording did you use that you noticed got a lot of traffic, that a lot of people signed up that day? What questions are in your application form that people always answer? Who is your avatar? You guys should be sharing who your avatar is, what type of person you want to attract. Share all of that. Share everything and anything with your team. So recruiting to succeed. It's so important to track how you're recruiting so that you know who you're attracting, how you're attracting them, and what you should duplicate. Say this month I did turn your fitness into a business, and it got like terrible engagement. Nobody signed up. Maybe I'll try that same theme again because I do like that theme, but I'll tweak my posts. I'll tweak the wording. I'll tweak it so that it's different, and hopefully the next time it'll get more engagement. So track what you're doing. Save those posts to remember, but also you want to track your Success Club base. Your Success Club base is the number of personally sponsored coaches you have that are hitting Success Club. So Melanie makes a list of all of her working coaches, and she just puts it on a sheet of paper, and she tracks every single one and who hit Success Club. So say you signed up 4 coaches total so far, and one of them hit Success Club this month. Your goal for next month should be to have 2 hit Success Club. And you can set a goal each month for that Success Club base or even Success Club points. So maybe your team your personally sponsored team had a total of 250 Success Club points. Challenge them as a team to cumulatively get 500 next month or by the end of the month. So continuously challenge, but also track your coaches who are working the business. Those who are working the business are proving that they want to succeed, and it shows you who to spend more time on in your business. Spend time on those proving to you that they want this to work and they're putting in the time to make it work. And this is the last slide. Increase the goal each month. I kind of talked about that. So you want to increase the number of your downline coaches who are hitting Success Club. You also want to increase the number of coaches you personally sign. So if your goal is 4 coaches each month, aim for 5 next month, and then aim for 6 the next month. And continuously challenge yourself to reach those goals. You want to fill your pipeline. What this means is 2 things. Always have more people to invite, and also never rely on the coaches you have on your team. And that may sound kind of harsh, but you never know who will run with the business and get to 5-star in a year. You never know who will run the business and quit after 3 months unexpectedly. You never know who will say they want to run with the business, they're going to shoot for the stars, and they never even become an active coach. You never know. So you always want to recruit more people just in case one of those things happens to your coaches. And you constantly want to grow it. The whole point of this call and the whole point to being a successful coach is growing a strong team. Not growing a team with warm bodies that are just enjoying the discounts like we all do, but growing a team that duplicates your actions. So they are hitting Success Club. They are hosting challenge groups. They are recruiting, and they personally and professionally are growing. And that is all. So now I'm just going to look at my notes to see if I missed anything, because I'm sure I did. Yeah, so the biggest takeaway, we had like 3 takeaways for everything. 3 takeaways for me was, what solution can I provide? So make sure that we are providing a solution. Understand what your avatar is facing, what challenges, and provide that solution for them. Create a place for them to invite to, so that new coaches don't get too overwhelmed too soon and they don't want to host their own groups, they get scared and they quit. Bring them into a training group. You can use our Fit Boss Academy. Bring them into your first challenge group so that they can feel what it's like and lead by your, or follow your leadership when they actually do create their own groups. And then also position yourself as a leader. There is another quote, and I'm sure I'm not going to find it in my book right now. Oh yeah, so it's right here. It says, be a leader before you feel qualified to lead. So for some reason, that was another one that I was like, yeah, like no one is ever ready to be a leader. No one is ever ready. No one ever knows the exact, every single answer to every question. You have to jump and then build the wings as you fall down. You know, you will learn it. You have me or your upline coach to answer those questions for you. You have tons and tons of resources, probably way too many, to answer your questions and to guide you to answer anything that your potentials might see, or coach applications you might want to try. So even if you sign up today, like I said, you have the potential to start building your business so incredibly fast and to making a huge impact on the followers that you already have. So don't wait until you're in Emeralds. Don't wait until you are 2 months in. And a lot of coaches sign up and want to wait until they feel physically fit. Don't wait for that either, because you are missing all those people who are so inspired on that journey, whether it be 21 Day Fix or whatever program. So basically start right away. You are a leader right now. Even if you signed up today, you know more than the person who hasn't signed up yet. So I'll get off my soapbox and unmute you guys. Do you guys have any questions about anything that I covered, or did you learn anything? Any feedback is welcome. You're all unmuted too.
I have so many notes.
Good. What was your biggest takeaway?
Actually, like what you just said, be a leader before you feel qualified to lead. I feel like that really spoke to me, because that still is my biggest fear, that I don't feel like I'm a leader, and yet I have all of these people underneath me that are looking to me for all of the answers. And you just got to fake it till you make it.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone else? Does anyone follow Melanie Mitro?
Yeah.
Yeah. She, like, as she was giving this, I was like, I can totally see everything that she does. Like, it's so clear. And another thing I love is that since she's so consistent, everyone knows what to expect. You know, it's like her followers are like, okay, she's going to start recruiting. She's like, I might want to hop on that business opportunity call, or I might be on the lookout for the next blog post. So consistency.
Sam, I have a question.
Yeah.
Did you say that she might have been on the call tonight?
No, I said she was not going to be on the call tonight.
Oh, I thought you said she like emailed you and said she won't be joining.
Oh, I wish that was the case. No. No, I mentioned that I was talking to Gretchen earlier, and she said that she thought Melanie might be on the call based on the wording of the event. And so I just confirmed
Oh.
before starting that she was not joining.
Okay, sorry.
Maybe someday. That would be my goal. All right. Any questions? I feel like a lot of it is pretty common sense, but like once you're told that and like shown exactly what she does, it'll help. Does anyone keep a calendar right now of your strategy for the month, or do you guys have a strategy that you've been using?
I actually have a question not related to that.
Okay.
So you were saying that, like, you know, it might not be the smartest thing to recruit someone who is not really, does not fit with your avatar, wouldn't be someone you could really relate to. And, like, I just spoke with my friend's mom about a talent path. You know, she is a retired mother in her 60s, almost 70s. And, like, I think she'd be a really good coach. But are you saying that, like, would you not ask her to be a coach because you think that maybe you wouldn't be able to coach her very well? Or, yeah, that's the question.
Yeah. No, I would definitely ask her. I mean, you know her, and you're not going to attract the same person. You know, ideally, you'd like to work with a bunch of people like you that have the same traits, but you'll attract all sorts of people. I think the goal, the point that Melanie was trying to make is you want to attract the most people similar to you, but all sorts of people are going to be watching your posts and be super inspired by you. So another thing that Bonnie Engel actually said was don't keep somebody else's destiny in your mouth by not sharing the opportunity. So somebody's life could be changed by coaching, and they would never know if you'd never even asked them. So I don't think it's necessarily only recruit your avatar, but people like your friend's mom might be inspired by your story, and that is just as good. You want to reach out to those people as well. But like a perfect example is when I first started coaching, I'm not going to name any names, but I was just like friending like crazy, trying to add anyone to my network. And I was attracting these people who were completely not, they were negative people. They were the type to post on Facebook bitching about their Taco Bell experience. You know, like these people who, like, I was pushing so hard to get them to coach just to coach, you know, to be a warm body on my team. But now I'm like, I don't want that type of atmosphere on our team. I don't want negativity. I don't want people who use Facebook as an outlet to bitch about stuff, you know. So don't attract those people just to attract them, but do reach out to anyone who's inspired by your journey and who follows your journey. The avatar is just to help you narrow your focus so that when you are searching for people, they're also searching for you. Does that make sense?
That makes sense, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you will get a lot of other people. And sometimes a lot of people will refer others. So like their mom might be a great coach, or their best friend would be really great at this. And that's fine too. And that's a great way to expand your network. And also, there's a coach who's not on this call, Dee Dee. I'm not even sure of the relation of her and her coach. But she does not fit the same profile as her coach, but she's a rock star coach. She hits like Success Club 50. She does awesome. So yeah, so like take a leap of faith and like reach out to anyone who you can about coaching, but you want the coaches who will work the business more so than just for the discounts.
Okay, cool. And another question, which might be answered like somewhere on your page, and I don't know how well it relates to this call, but I guess I'm just gonna throw it out there. So I was talking to someone who is really into fitness, but she was like considering all these other options, like one of them being Herbalife, and I didn't know what exactly to say to her. So like, I'm not gonna start talking crap about other companies, but I didn't know like if there were specific things to say to compare stuff like that to Beachbody and making Beachbody just look really good.
So there's lots of different ways to go about it. I've seen some coaches like Google image the Herbalife shake compared to Shakeology. The way that I handle it is I just tell the truth. Like, I really don't know that much about Herbalife or isogenics. And so I'll let them know, like, I honestly don't know. I have had some clients switch from that product to Shakeology. All I can tell you is that Shakeology is a superfood, and I talk more about the amazingness of Shakeology. But I'm not downing any other product, like putting it down at all, but I'm also just saying I don't know. I have had clients switch from Herbalife and Isogenics and Advocare, so I definitely mentioned that because that is attractive to say that they've actually joined Beachbody instead. But just share what you know and share what you love about Shakeology and how it's helped you in your clients.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Good questions. Another coach recently asked me the difference of Herbalife coaching and Beachbody coaching, and I have absolutely no idea. I guess Ashley, Lisher, and I were looking it up, and I think that they get paid like once a month. There's like lots of different stats, but again, with that one, I'm just like, I don't know. Beachbody is awesome, and this is why. Basically, talk about what you know. You don't have to do a ton of research just to participate in a conversation. All right. Any other questions? No? Okay, cool. So I will leave you with some other topics that I'm going to be talking about. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be having weekly team calls instead of bi-weekly, and they're always Thursday nights at 8:30. The other topics that you can get excited for now, one is time management. I think that's going to be the next one because time management is so critically important in maintaining balance with work, your Beachbody work, and your normal life. So we'll do that one about time management. Bonnie Engel last year started at number like 228, that number 228 coaching a business and a 2-star diamond. She ended the year as a 15-star diamond and I think number 4 in the company. She's a top 10 coach. So she gives all of her advice on how she was able to do that within 1 year. And Michelle Myers talks about leading with service and a strong work ethic. So again, that's more so like how do you attract those right people to you? Don't bait with purpose, not a paycheck. So more stuff like that. And then there's some other smaller topics that the Beachbody headquarter people talked about. So that's not as interesting. I'll combine all of that into one. And then if you guys have any questions on any of that or you want these slides, I can also give that to you. All right. Any last words?
Can you send me those slides, Sam?
Yeah, the ones from tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, Sam, I jumped on last minute. It's Karen, so I'll take those slides too.
Okay. You know, I'll actually post them with the recording just so that everyone can have them.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. And like I said, share this with your teams. To be a strong leader, you need to build strong leaders. So they should be aware of all of this and share the slides with them. And if they have any questions that you don't know how to answer, that's what I'm here for. So feel free to reach out to me too. All right. That is all. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. Have a great night.
Thanks, Sam.
Sam.
Bye.